most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin aka MMAnomaly, Emiliano aka Jive Turkey Nano, and Alex Pip aka Pip's Piano Tips.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, aka MMAnomaly. With me, as usual, are the co-hosts with the most. We got them both today, folks. It is a special occasion, and we're here. We're happy, and we're ready to talk to you about the aftermath of UFC Sacramento and what we think should be next for the biggest winners and potentially losers of that fight card. But before we jump into the action and all of the stakes and mistakes that may have happened on Saturday afternoon and night, let's jump into how these boys are doing. We'll start with you, Nano. How the hell are you, brother?
Let's go. Great to see you, MMAnomaly. Great to see you, Pip, as well. And great to see all of you in the chat. Tico Tech, what it do, baby boo. And Anti-Kenny, what's good? What's good right back at you? Man, I'm feeling good living better, brother. It was a fantastic Saturday of fights over in Sacramento, my hometown. Sacramento 916, stand up. You heard them loud and early, rocking and rolling there. Man, 10 out of 12 of the fights didn't need to judge a scorecard, brother. I can't wait to dive on in. Pitt, how you feeling? And, man, what was your first impression of those fights here before we dive on in?
Oh, I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. But, no, solid card, honestly. I mean, we got close to another record night. Finishes, it was a solid card. I'm really excited to dive into it. But it was, I mean, from top to bottom. Great finishes from the early prelims all the way to a fantastic main event. So I'm excited to talk about it. Uncle Olin, how you doing, brother?
Oh, man. Feeling good, living better, as they say. It was a great week. It was a great weekend. Car wreck aside, I can't complain, brother. It was fantastic. The fight night, my God. My goodness gracious me. Nano, you said 10 out of 12?
10 out of 12.
Jesus. That is just fucking give yourself a pat on the back, worthy boys. Just fantastic. Just fantastic. Olin, is that nicotine or Mr. Funny Grass? Mr. Funny Grass. Definitely Mr. Funny Grass. The nicotine is in my upper lip. If you ain't zinning, you ain't winning, brother. Hey, let me tell you what, boy. But no, let me tell you what, for real. These fights delivered on a massive scale. The scale they delivered on was not the betting scale. If you were us, I feel like maybe we got a couple of them wrong, you know? And by a couple of them wrong, I of course mean the fluffy fight. It didn't go well. To say that it did would be a lie. And I'm not a big liar, you know? So yeah, it's always blinker time, brother. Benjamin Button all day, every day. Joe Rogan by day, or fight by day, Joe Rogan by night, all day. You know what I'm saying? All day.
Nailed it.
Fucking nailed it. Speaking of nailed it, Gregory Robocop Rodrogues nailed it, didn't he?
Absolutely.
You know, the only thing that actually made this worse, Nano, is the fact that I bet on Rodriguez. Or not Rodriguez, on Hernandez to get it done. I thought he could do it inside the distance, which was crazy in hindsight. But not only did I bet on him and get it wrong, like that sucks. But as they say, there's a such thing as rubbing salt in the wound. I feel like what rubbed salt in the wound to me is when I had to update the UFC Fantasy Season 5 points. And Hiram, fucking bitch ass, was the only guy to have a fighter go this weekend. And it was Anthony Hernandez. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go, dude. At least he's not going to get hella points. He got like over 70 points for a losing fighter.
Jeez.
My one loser got me 1 point. Thanks, Connor. Appreciate you.
That's crazy.
Like 70-1 is silly. It's silly. Like, Mary's losing Federer to like 25. This guy gets 70 with a loser. That's fucking... I think only Marab does that kind of shit. That's insane. The robotic police officer impressed me a lot. Surprisingly good cardio for a guy known to fade early. You talking about Barack Obama? Barack Obama definitely got it done. You know what? I'm going to give it to Nano first on this one. Talk to the people. Tell the people how you felt about this main event. I'm going to pour up a shot to do before my breakdown because I wholeheartedly got this one wrong. And I tried to tell people to bet on it the wrong way. Shame. I know your name. And it's Olin. Nano, what were your thoughts?
It was a tough fight, right? Yeah, I mean, going into this one, we all were maybe leaning Fluffy a bit more than we should have, right? And I think as recency bias might show, the wrestlers have been a little bit more favorable. But boy, I got to tell you, really, really surprised and in the best way possible from what we saw from Robocop on Saturday night. The big takeaway was the takedown defense from a Robocop. He was stuffing all of Fluffy's takedowns early and often. And I'm questioning how healthy Fluffy was in this matchup because I saw the black eye right when they were facing off. The leg kicks in the first round were debilitating. I mean, virtually dropped Fluffy multiple times just from the Robocop's barrage of calf kicks. And then as the fight progressed, it just felt like Robocop was, again, continuing to stuff the takedowns. I don't have the final numbers in front of me. I'll leave that for one of y'all or in the chat to let me know how successful he ended up being. But even though Fluffy ended the fight on top, I just felt like Robocop was in the fighter's position or in the winner's seat, essentially.
3 for 29 on takedowns.
Unbelievable.
For those of you that are bad at math, that's a 10.3% clip.
Yeah.
Very impressive. And
Good
then,
on Robocop.
And then to hear Fluffy complaining about the glove grabbing and Robocop cheating. Curious to hear your guys' take on that. I didn't see it. I mean, that's for them to decide, but it wasn't called. So at the end of the day, it's even the one gesture from MMAnomaly. So
I saw it one time. I think it was in round 3.
Okay.
I mean, it was not Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier. Like, it was not fight negating or fight changing.
Or Michael
It was a quick thing that happened in the moment. Yeah. I mean, dude, why do people grab Dustin's fucking gloves, dude?
He's a bad man with those gloves. It's going to be bad if he lands. It's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad, my Glover.
But it's going to be good for Robocop moving forward, man. He really put himself in the driver's seat here as another top contender in just what feels like the most loaded, stacked division. But Pip, I'm going to hand over to you, my brother. Give us the X's and O's here. How did you see this one? And, what else stood out to you from Robocop's dominant performance?
Yeah, to go back to what you said, I might have to go back and actually pay attention for some of the glove grabbing because I didn't really notice too much of that. I didn't really hear the complaints earlier, but overall, I thought it was a fantastic fight. Did not go the way I expected, but all that credit definitely goes to Gregory Rodrigues. I mean, he has improved immensely, defended multiple takedowns. Uncle, and as you brought out the stats, fought hard for 5 rounds and just made some really good adjustments throughout the fight. I mean, Fluffy really started this fight going straight for the takedowns. I mean, that was his sole game plan, immediately pushing Rodrigues against the cage. Rodrigues did a good job defending, but Hernandez was, mainly controlling Rodrigues against the cage, landing good elbows off the break, but Rodrigues started making good adjustments. He was able to frame Hernandez off the clinch, landing straights right down the middle. In the second round, Fluffy really just got pieced up by Rodrigues. I mean, he was constantly attacking that body. He could move forward with combinations and end it by digging that hook to the body, catching Hernandez, coming in with the knees. Even from range, he was blasting those teep kicks all night. And another solid adjustment was attacking that lead leg of Hernandez. I mean, it paid dividends very quickly. Robocop maybe landed 7 leg kicks or so, and the next 4 he landed dropped Hernandez each time. I don't know if Rodrigues is that powerful or if Hernandez had a little bit of an injury going into that fight, but those kicks, they added up very quickly. Hernandez could not stand on it, and it's something that I wish Robocop kind of kept going for. He kind of abandoned it after he had so much success on the second round there. But Hernandez could not stand on it. He was able to kind of get some ground and pound going, which again, I think was another a mistake. He could have let him up, tried to finish the fight from there. But again, all credit to Anthony Hernandez. I know it was a small sequence, but he was able to rally a few times. He was able to kind of get up, find a couple barrage of hooks in the pocket, found his way to a double, and end up on top in a bad round. I think we saw it in the second and the 5th round. And it seemed to kind of help shift momentum because in the 3rd round, he definitely had a lot more success. He was getting getting the takedown in the first 10 seconds. He was threatening that rear naked choke. And it seemed Rodrigues was maybe getting a little bit tired. But again, he was able to keep Rodrigues just against the cage. And a bad habit for a lot of fighters, and Rodrigues is no exception to this, is when they back out of that clinch, they leave their hands way down. And Fluffy was able to capitalize on that a few times. The elbows, the straights right down the middle, and then he was back to shooting takedowns. But again, we kind of saw this back and forth momentum throughout the whole fight because it was a clear shift in round 4. Rodrigues was able to stay off the cage. That was the biggest adjustment he made because anytime he got controlled against the cage or walked backward, Anthony was able to shoot takedowns, control him against the cage, do something there. That was the big difference in round 4, and he was able to just really start picking up that pace throughout the 4th and 5th round. So it answered a lot of questions. I mean, definitely the most improved version of Rodrigues I think we have seen is Tico Tech, as you said. I mean, he can fight for 25 minutes now. That's a scary attribute. But Uncle Olin, what'd you think? What stood out to you?
Man, both of you guys took a lot of meat off the bone, but thanks for leaving a little morsel for me. This was a 5-round kicking war that ended up with the CSAC handing both guys 180-day medical suspensions. Possible right leg fracture for Rodrigues, possible left knee fracture for Fluffy. Robocop stuffed like 26 of 29 takedowns, as I alluded to earlier. Chopped the lead calf of Hernandez, and not only that, but he was hitting the knee as well, hitting the side of that kneecap over and over again, which is probably why he has a broken fucking knee now, and made him hit the floor. I counted 4 times, boys, from leg kicks, and then still had the wherewithal and ability to have a second win in rounds 4 and 5. Fluffy's whole game is sticky, high-volume wrestling. He has 57 UFC middleweight takedowns. I don't know if you guys know this, but that is the most in divisional UFC history. That is the most takedowns in UFC middleweight history, and he was not able to get it done over a Robocop, or as I like to call him, Hobocopy. But if you stuff the shot and you kick the plant leg, his path to winning rounds disappears. First decision loss of his career, right? First time he's ever dropped 2 in a row. And I mean, Robocop just continues to astound and amaze. He looked fucking stunning out there. Makes me eat my words and makes me drink my shot. Cheers to you, folks. If you bet with me, I'm so sorry. I at least hope you're drinking with me. Cheers to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Smash that bell.
Salute.
And all those leg kicks you mentioned too, brother. 4 knockdowns, all in the 2nd round. He destroyed his leg instantly.
He was chopping wood, bro. He was chopping that tree.
Oh,
it was tough to see him chopping that tree like that. S-Dogs MMA talk in the house, baby. Let's go.
Big dog in the house.
Let's
what up?
go. They have to grab his gloves, man. Gloves grabbing, they would have been tapping. You already know, brother. You already know. Cheeks clapping, he would have been tapping.
Cheeks clapping, yeah.
He abandoned it because despite commentary saying otherwise, Fluffy checked a few that hurt him. I noticed him check one with his knee, and I was like, that was bad. Yeah, he checked one of those very nastily, and I've said it numerous times. I said it on the last live stream that me and Pip did for one of the UFC fight nights. We saw a kick get checked, and I don't think that fighter threw another kick for the rest of the fucking fight. All it takes is one good check, and you're like, I don't think I want to do that again.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
It's kind of like shooting a blast double right into a flying knee. You're like, I don't think I actually want to grapple with him anymore. I'm not going to try to do that. I'm okay standing. You can't do that to me when I'm standing in boxing. My hands are up. Oh, John Dong, what's up, brother? And we didn't give him to you earlier, but come on. Better late than never, Tico.
Whole bunch of legends in the chat right now. You all deserve air horns. Air horns for everybody.
Air horns for everybody, folks. Oh, speaking of air horns, what's up? Oh, snap! If it isn't the Three Musketeers and Sterling, let's go. Let's go. How you doing, Leandro? Speaking of how we doing, Nano, how we feeling, man? What do we think should be next for a Hobocopy?
Oh, feeling good. Scared myself here. Almost knocked over my drink. Man, though, like I said, yeah, thank you, brother. Robocop definitely put himself like in the driver's seat here. In terms of what's next, there's a couple names in mind, but I'm gonna keep it simple, man. I'm gonna hone in on one name specifically. Want to make sure he doesn't have any fights coming up. Let me double check, triple check.
Not a single person ranked ahead of him has a dance partner. I'll tell you that.
I was just saying. I mean, they all don't, right? But
vacant. It's fucking logjam, brother. It's so bad. Middleweight should be called Siddleweight division because they're all just sitting, resting on their laurels. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what about an absolute slugfest? Is Joe Pyfer too rich for your blood, boys? Is that too much? I thought he might be rumored to fight someone else, but I saw maybe him and Kaio might be rumored to fight in Salt Lake. Nothing's confirmed yet, but if they are not able to, I guess we have to pick the litter here, right? I like a Joe Pyfer.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that name. That would be fighting down for him. For
After
Gregory.
being Israel Adesanya. Oh, for
no,
Gregory?
fighting down for Gregory. Gregory's ranked 2 higher than him. But they're pretty close. Who did he call out? Was it Brady? I think he did call out Brady.
Rodriguez called out DDP.
Oh, that's even better. Nano, to me, seems like he lives a secret luchador life.
I live many lives, Leandro. Luchador can neither deny nor confirm. But I am a big Nacho Libre fan, so that is certainly part of the essence here of our show. Appreciate you. Banger.
Every time. 60% of the time it works every time. Pyfer is worrisome. Robocop kind of hittable. He's very hittable. The head stays right there on the fucking center line. Before I give my names, and I do have multiple, Pip, talk to the people. Tell them how you're feeling.
Nano, if I can kind of I like where you're going. If I could just kind of dissect your names a little bit. One name you brought up was Caio Brahala. I think that's a fun matchup for Rodriguez. I do have to say, as you said, he's in the driver's seat. I like his call out against DDP. DDP doesn't have a dance partner. He kind of put himself in a weird spot with, he's already fought Sean twice. He's already beat him twice. Nobody really wants to see a third fight. They're kind of looking at Hamzat versus Sean too, I think, at least from what's rumored around the mill there. I like that DDP fight. For a number 1 contender series fight, kind of brings a little bit of a fresh name to middleweight. But Caio Brahala, if I'm going to be different. Now, that Joe Pyfer name, what if we did that for Fluffy? Because for Gregory, I don't think he should be fighting down, right? What if we did Fluffy versus Joe Pyfer? I think that sets both guys up there. But Uncle, let me know if I'm crazy here. What do you think?
I'm gonna meet you in the middle, and I'm gonna throw a curveball at both you boys.
Let's hear it.
I like a lot what you said about the Fluffy one. I think Fluffy versus Joe makes a lot of fucking sense, bro, and a lot of dollars. However, I actually really would like to see a different matchup for the winner in this one. I want to see Robocop get absolutely pole vaulted. And I think he matches up well against Caio. I think he matches up well against DDP. They were 2 names on my short list. But the name that just really makes a lot of fucking sense for me here is Hamzat Borz Chimaev.
Sheesh.
That's
coming
real interesting.
Is he staying in the division, though?
What's that?
Is he staying in the division?
He's begging for a rematch.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to give him that.
Okay.
You can't give him, or you can't, like, oh my God. In what world can you warrant a rematch in a fight in which you lost like that? Like, I guess, I feel like that's the money fight right now. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I think Amayev is really the next clear title challenger. I like where your head's at. Oh,
I feel
Imavov?
like they're going to do it anyway. Yeah. I feel like they're going to do it anyway.
They're going to pass Nasruddin. He's boring to the casuals.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and everybody loves Hamzat.
Yeah,
and everybody.
But I don't think Hamzat's going to get the shot. I think they're going to have him fight somebody else that's exciting, like Gregory. If you can beat somebody like Gregory, put him in there.
Put him right back in there.
Either that, or you do Hamzat versus DDP again.
Yeah. Fun match.
That's the one that sets him up.
Yeah.
And the real Drew Dober, hello chat. He also let us know how he's spending his evening, and it sounds phenomenal, my friend.
Magical.
Tico says, "Oh, I like Biggie Barcelos versus the Brazilian free spirit nerd." You're fucking hella funny, dude. Life is good. Islam triple champ incoming. Absolutely, inshallah, brother. Inshallah. Speaking of inshallah, let's move into the next fight. We've talked too long about this one. We have a heavyweight bout between Sergey Spivak and Vitor Petrino. Man. I was so confident in this one. I thought that Sergey Spivak was going to go out there and take this kid's lunch money, and that simply did not happen. Was a bit of a snoozer, though. If we can just call a spade, I'm just going to just open with that. Petrino is 4-0 since he jumped to heavyweight, and the streak is the second longest active run in the division behind Walter Walker. But this was a 15-minute jab and lean against a faded polar bear kind of contest, right? Petrino's strength is he's actually an athlete at 265 with real wrestling for a former 205er. The holes are still there, though, right? He wins rounds without ever looking like he wants the finish. And Spivak's whole game is body lock and dirty boxing. And at this stage of the decline, like, I guess it was a 30-27 waiting to happen, and I was too dumb to see it. I was too blind to fucking see it, boys. Either way, though, the polar bear looked like he came into this one wounded. And it showed. Vitor leaned against him, did a little bit of lay and pray action. I mean, across both guys, they landed less strikes than... No, actually, that's not true. But I was going to say than the loser last fight that we talked about. But no, both guys landed less strikes than the winner of last fight we talked about. I can say that without a shadow of a fucking doubt. 126-33 total strikes, 64-23 significant strikes. And get this. This is my least favorite stat and fact of the whole fucking matchup, boys. 0 of 2 takedowns to 4 of 6. You would think the grappler was the guy with 4 of 6, no? But no, it was Vitor Petrino. It was fucking Vitor Petrino. Pip, I'm going to stop talking. Please, God. Just mercy kill me at this point. What were your thoughts on this one?
It was, like you said, it was definitely a lackluster fight, but I will say Petrino impressed me a little bit. I think he's improved significantly since his last fight, especially in the grappling area. I mean, and Uncle Olin, you always ask me, what did I learn? And that is Petrino has completely evolved his grappling. I mean, landing takedowns and controlling a guy that I thought would do that to Petrino. And now is going to be a top 10 ranked heavyweight because of it. And early in the fight, both guys were landing good jabs. They were kind of trading back and forth. Petrino busted the nose of Spivak early with the it was like an inside low kick jab kind of combination, and Spivak was just punishing the dip of Petrino. And both guys entered the pocket, and they were extremely cautious, and they didn't really land much clean. So it was kind of just the jab for jab, and it was the kicks of Petrino I thought that really kind of edged most of that first round. He was constantly adding the kicks with his shots, chopping at the leg, either adding a body kick at the end of his combination, attacking that leg. But in the second round, it's when Petrino showed us that he's not just a striker anymore. Within the first 20 seconds, he was shooting takedowns, able to land trying to land the double, and he was able to work his way up and get the body lock. And to my surprise, I saw Spivak close his guard. He wrapped his legs, pulled Petrino's neck down. To my perspective, it kind of just looks like you're waiting for the ref to stand you up. It was not a good visual, and I thought the majority of the round, Petrino was on top of shots. He was landing. If Spivak rolled, Petrino would go towards the back. He was able to trying to find the rear naked choke. Spivak just didn't really have an answer off of his back. There was a little bit of a Hail Mary moment where he was kind of got a little high on his back, fell off, but Petrino stayed defensive, lost 15 seconds exchange in a fairly one-sided round. And round 3, I mean, Spivak definitely picked up the pace. He knew he was down, came out a little bit more aggressive, hurt Petrino with a right hook at one point. But again, Petrino was able to get the fight to the ground, neutralize the knockout threat from Spivak, and just played it safe throughout the rest of the round. I know it may not have been the most exciting fight, but I was very impressed with Petrino. I mean, especially just seeing that his grappling has evolved so much just since his last fight. So I was interested. I'm curious to see how he's going to fare up against a more higher-ranked opponent. But Nano, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he continues to ascend here in the division. But I will say, another great performance from Vitor Petrino. I think he proved to me that he can dig deep. He can go out there and have a well-rounded 15-minute affair and come out victorious. I mean, he really smothered the polar bear here in Sergey Spivak. Like MMAnomaly, I thought there was a path. You know, there's some potential for Vitor Petrino to get upset. But it just felt like Sergey really didn't have anything for him, right? I think, you know, kind of to stick to maybe me and Pip's thoughts going into it. It's like you look at Vitor. I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's powerful, and he was able to even just look good up through the third round, like not really out of breath, where Sergey's, you know, mouth open, a little bloody, beaten, and yeah, just clinging on. But Vitor's athleticism, and again, now developing and having more of this octagon experience, I think is going to continue to make him a notable contender here. But in terms of what's next, I mean, man, I don't know if we want to Icarus affect him or throw him into the wolves den here, but MMAnomaly's got a smirk on his face. I think you have something in mind. Go ahead and talk to the people.
I got not one but two of Pip's favorite style of matchups here. I like him to fight the loser of Waldo Salsa Boy Cortez Acosta versus Curtis Blades, or the loser of Rizvan Kunaev versus Alexander Drago Volkov.
He's taking
Just
my
shut up
fucking
and
notes.
take my money.
He's taking my notes.
Let's fucking
I just got to
go.
show you. That's
Let's
word
go.
for word. Word for word what I fucking have. I'm right there with you. I love the mindset. I'm right there with you.
Let's go.
Man, okay, so y'all are pretty much putting Vitor in what would be a potential number one contender style.
I did say before I said that, I prefaced it with, not gonna lie, I like my names for this one a lot.
He foreshadowed a little bit.
You know?
And let me say, I like him too.
There could, I mean, you wrote them down too. Of course you like them. You conceited fuck.
They might be my favorite. You know what? I don't think you're gonna pick better names.
I mean, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Nano, did you have any different names on the tip of your tongue?
I'm not going to be the contrarian here. I will go ahead and speak what the tribe has spoken and go ahead and fall in line, baby. Let's go. No arguments.
You love to see it, baby. You love to see it. What you don't love to see,
Clean sweep, baby.
you really don't love to see, is someone that you considered making your dog of the week go up in flames. Lucky for me, dog of the week did not go up in flames. Dog of the week actually hit. Chris Taco Padilla. You know, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's always Taco Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Padilla was a dog.
He was a dog.
Damn, I wish I heard about that earlier.
He was a dog.
Too busy. That was a solid dog right there.
He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
dog.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
I knew that he was
Great
going to get
shout.
it done. I had a feeling
Great
in
shout.
my just heart of hearts.
You knew that.
You know that. I know that. What I also had a feeling of in my heart of hearts, though, unfortunately, was fuck. Tico, can you remind me after this show to do it, please? I have not added the thing to the soundboard. I have not. But no, if you remind me after the show, I will definitely try right after dinner. And then I'm going to be packing for my work trip. Which, folks, if you haven't heard, if you didn't know, now you know. These two men to my right, these glorious fucking bastards, they are going to be hosting their very own MMAnomaly show. The watch along for Dana White's Contender Series is going to be orchestrated entirely by the two co-hosts with the most. We're talking about a Jive Turkey Nano and a Pips Piano Tips. Showed him the ropes today. If it's rough, bear with him. Give him some grace and give him some love in the comments, folks. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a really good show with these guys running just amok. The lunatics are taking over the fucking asylum, and I can't wait for it. I'll be on an airplane, and I'm going to pay for Wi-Fi on the company dime just so I can watch these guys run this shit. It's going to be fantastic.
We got it. Bets are locked in. We're rooting on nothing but dogs. We got 5 spectacular fights. I can't wait. Who doesn't like fights on a Tuesday? And just so you know, we're up already for this season. So tune in tomorrow to see if we stay floating.
We're up 7+
Love
units on the season.
there. Let's go.
Just two weeks in. Just 2 weeks in. And Nano, I don't know if you know, but I mean, as much as I love Frank Mir and I love his daughter Bella Mir, I'm really hoping she gets creamed out tomorrow, or slimed out, whatever. I don't know what the kids are saying. Slimed out. I definitely said the wrong thing first. But either way, I hope she loses tomorrow, just because she is vast favorite. Like, I think it's plus 1,100 on her opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And like minus 2,000 on her. So if we hit that, I mean, we're up for the season indefinitely. But to talk about the fight we're here to talk about, Roman Dolidze really shit the money bed. And I'm apologizing right now via a shot, that made debt pay type shit. I'm sorry I led you boys and girls astray. Cheers to you. Like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell for notifications if you're drinking, drink with me. If not, that's fine too. Cheers.
Salute. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm back. Tico Tech, don't remind us.
Damn, the host will be a filthy chatter like the rest of us. Creamed out? Whoa, slow down, big dog. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
Wow. Wow, the real Drobe. I said the real Drober. The real Drew Dober. I almost read that out loud.
Right on cue.
God damn. Pip, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this because I need a minute, and I know that you're gonna take one. So talk to us about Roman Dolidze. Just creaming out against Reinier de Ridder.
I'll do my best. I mean, right from the start, he creamed out hard and he creamed out fast. I mean, I thought he looked really well sized for light heavyweight. He was a lot bigger than Roman, and he still didn't look like he put on a lot of extra weight. So that's one thing that I'll start. But I mean, as far as the fight, this was one of those matchups where I think we just saw a perfect opportunity for a fighter to move up in weight and win their debut in a new weight class. I mean, Roman had a terrible game plan while still using the best attributes of his game, if that makes any sense at all. I mean, Roman pulled guard in the first 30 seconds, which when you look at Roman's style, like, yeah, it makes sense. But when you look at RDR's decorated grappling career, I just feel like it doesn't make sense anymore. And that's what we got. Roman pulled guard. He was chasing leg locks. RDR essentially just had to keep whatever leg Roman was attacking bent. And if his leg stayed bent, Roman was still trying to pull it. And that leaves your face kind of wide open to a lot of shots. And that's kind of what RDR did. He just kind of smashed Roman's face through the canvas. And it felt like Roman just kind of quit. Shelled up. He fell to his back. RDR was able to work his way into mount, rain down shots, got the ground and pound stoppage. Just a complete domination and a statement performance, honestly, for RDR at a new weight class. But not a lot that I feel like I learned. I'm more interested to see. This is another one where I'm more interested to see how he actually fights against a higher ranked opponent at this weight class, to see if this move up has really helped correct some issues from what we saw at middleweight, or it was just a perfect kind of storm. But Nano, what'd you think?
Yeah, it was, like you said, perfect storm, perfect debut for a RDR, Reinier de Ridder, coming up to the light heavyweight division. He's a big boy. He was wearing the weight well, like you mentioned, but just pure dominance. I mean, I guess we thought maybe Roman would have a little bit more. You know, he's a strong guy. We know he's a proper heavyweight. We know he has power. Obviously was not able to get anything off from an offensive perspective, only landing, 4 punches in the entire fight. And I hate to say it looked like he gave up a little bit, but I think that's maybe goes to show how dominant RDR is with his technique and his pressure, and able to go out there. I mean, he looked up at the ref at one point like, yo, you're going to get this guy out of here? Like, he's ready. So all things considered, man, RDR, almost damn near flawless victory here and a debut in the light heavyweight division. So might be a problem. MMAnomaly, what did you see here, brother?
Yeah, more of the same, if I'm being completely honest. It was dominance pillar to post. Delize actually pulled guard at one point like he'd never watched tape of RDR in his fucking life. That was interesting, right? De Ridder passed. Shock. Shock set on my face when he passed guard.
Who would have guessed?
It was just crazy to see. Took the back and beat him until the ref had to save him. First KO loss of Delize's career, I believe. Longest skid of his life, and one of the dumbest game plans you'll ever see, at least in the year 2026. RDR's strength is chain grappling and ground and pound and submissions, and we knew all those things, right? We knew all of those things, and this guy decided to pull guard. And I just, there's not really a whole lot of color commentary to add on top of that. It was 4 minutes and 1 second. I've gone about that long talking about it. And I'd like to talk less than that about it. So I'm just going to jump right back to Pip. What do you want to see this guy fight next? Sorry, what? Who do you want to see this guy fight next? What foul beast can beat him?
I got 3 names, and I'm going to go least favorite to favorite, and we'll see how y'all go. So I'm going to go with Jan Blachowicz. Could be a next fight. Bogdan Guskov or Paulo Costa. I think Paulo Costa is my favorite fight, just because I think Paulo's been a little inactive. But Nana, what do you think?
Interesting. Okay. I don't know how high I want to throw RDR into the Wolves Den or Lions Den just yet. So he does have a matchup already. I was going to say a name, but what about Navo Sterling?
What name? Say it.
I was going to say Dominic Reyes, but I like Navo Sterling. Give me some Navo Sterling. Oh, MMAnomaly, you're eager. Let's see. Let's hear it, brother.
I'm not mad at that. I actually like the name Dominic Reyes, but that's still pretty high up the pecking order, if I'm being honest. I just like that you did a loser of match. Like, the loser of Dominic Reyes versus Azamat Muzarkanov is not a bad shout. I don't think it's a bad shout for anybody.
And that makes a lot of sense.
So don't be afraid to say those names. Just say the loser of this match when you see that.
Please, dude, those are my favorite matchups.
That's what I'm saying. I know this guy fucking like
salivates
for him. So okay, I will go from, instead of going from my least favorite pick to my most favorite pick, I will go from lowest ranked in my picks to highest ranked in my picks. And I'll give you 3 names. So the Mountain Tiger, Zhang Yang, that's number 1. I think that one makes a lot of sense. Can he knock this guy out? Can he rock him before he gets taken down? It's a
What
tough
is
test.
his ranking?
He's 19 right now, so he's typically or technically ranked above Randy Ritter, who's at 26 in light heavyweight.
He's at 26. Oh, I thought he beat. Why did I think Roman was ranked? I'm sorry. I thought Roman was ranked. I'm over here.
Oh
trying to
no,
throw this dude right
Roman's
into the fucking-
way lower. Hold on,
Thank
no.
God.
I mean, the meta rankings, RDR's.
The lead's a Roman's 47, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. You know what? I feel better about that.
Yeah, he's. I mean, and that. I mean, these get updated pretty quickly, so they could have already been updated. But I think they were maybe like 5 or 10 apart, and Delide was ranked under him.
Okay.
So again, I like that fight a lot for him. I think it answers a lot of questions on can he handle somebody that has knockout power. Second highest name would be the loser of Abdul Rahman Yakyayev versus Nikita Krylov, the Miner versus the Hunter.
That's a good fight.
And then above that, I really like this one. So think of the first one as the wish.com version of the one I'm about to say. Okay? And make no mistake, it doesn't matter who wins or loses this fight because it's the same matchup. All right? We have Atomic Alonzo Menefield versus Iwo Barianeski. Loser of that fight.
That's interesting. I
yeah.
like that one the most, actually. That's very interesting. And it's
That's
the
my
same
favorite one.
guy.
I didn't want to
either
tell
way
you which
look
one was
at
my
it.
favorite one to see how you reacted. That was my favorite
Yeah,
pick.
That's my favorite.
And I usually I'm against the Icarus effect. This is a bit of the Icarus effect, right? We're slinging him up to the top, but I just think this one makes a lot of sense, bro. And Iwo is gonna win that fight.
To be fair, it's not like RDR was losing to like bad opponents at middleweight.
No.
Like he's got a win over Whitaker. But Whitaker's getting wins right now in the same weight class now.
I
just
simply want to
saying.
know what happens when he fights somebody that is extremely strong.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
Take my
that's
money.
the differential that you see at light heavyweight. And Atomic, the dude's nickname is Atomic, and it's one of the most fitting nicknames in the heavyweight fucking history of nicknames. Atomic Alonzo Menefield. Dude looks like he was made at a factory. He looks like an action figure, bro. And he doesn't skip any muscle group any day of the week. Take my money, like you said, bro. Like that just answers so many fucking questions for me. And I'm there for it. I just think it's entertaining as all get out. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Speaking of things I'm ready for, I'm ready to talk about this women's flyweight division, boys. I'm ready to talk about Carli Judice and Jaisla Chavez, as I like to say her name. But before I talk about this fight, we have a legend in the fucking chat. Useless, or as we like to call him, Useful, my guy. How you doing, brother? I don't know if you heard the news, but these two are going to be hosting Dana White's Contender Series tomorrow. Just the two of them. Just the two of them.
Tune in, Yusuful. We need your output.
Yeah, we're going to need you in the chat, man. We're going to need you in the chat. Icarus effect getting quoted like Mick Parkins. I mean, fair. What's up, Tico? What up, Useless? The boys. All right, let's jump into the next fight. We have. Oh wait, did I skip a fight here?
Well, we are going back-to-back performance of the night fights here, but I think we do
Mason
got
Jones, Mederos.
Oh my gosh, Google's been fucking up. I'm going to Tapology. Fuck these guys. Can't trust them.
Tell 'em.
Just can't trust them. Just can't trust
Google,
Google.
get your shit together.
Google, get your shit together. We almost started talking about Carli Judice, which I am excited to talk about. But MarQuel Mederos, Mason Jones, giving way to the belief of being knocked out is a choice, right? Because Mason Jones should have been knocked out. He should have went down, but he never went down. And I love that Bisping, I believe it was, in the octagon, correct me if I'm wrong, keep me honest here, he corrected him and was like, yeah, no, he didn't go down. I mean,
Bisping's keeping him honest.
Come on. You love to see it, Nano. Talk to the people. Tell them what they want to know. What was the Jive Turkey's take on this fight?
Boy, I mean, this was an absolute slobber knocker, ladies and gentlemen. I was in love with the entire fight, pillar to post. Both guys came out there guns blazing, and I think we're going to be talking about both these guys for a long time here in the division. But man, I mean, MarQuel Mederos, I think his stance switches really impressed me. He was really fluid on both orthodox and southpaw. And Mason Jones is tough as nails, man. I mean, he took some gnarly shots, and he had every bit to respond with as well. But the tougher fighter was MarQuel Mederos. He was landing some nasty elbows. I think that was the difference maker. He landed a couple on the temple that just would have taken anybody into the shadow realm. But Mason stood in there, and MarQuel, like I said, as fluid as he is, switching stances, landing heavy shots, more elbows, and then the standing TKO finish, and Mason looking like a zombie after was just, man, it just more emphasis to how freaking strong this guy is. It was an absolute war, though, and Mason Jones literally still fighting till the lights went out. Just what more can you ask from a proper fight right here, man? This was everything you'd want and more. Man, MarQuel Mederos is legit, though, isn't he, boys? This lightweight division might have somebody we're talking about here, but Pip, brother, I'm excited to hear what stood out to you from the X's and O's perspective here. Give us the breakdown.
As you said, it was a war. You perfectly summed it up there at the end. I mean, fighting till the lights went out, and the lights pretty much didn't go out. I mean, Mason's chin kind of kept him in this fight against his will, I thought. That's kind of how it felt. He was getting hit with so many shots against the cage. It did not look good, and he just kept taking them. He's too tough for his own good. I think that's what we saw from Mason Jones. Tough son of a bitch. But a lot of guys, or both guys, had a lot of moments in there. Mederos was showcasing that boxing right from the start, using that lead hand to measure the distance, fighting off that jab, slipping on the inside of Mason with the hook cross combination while blasting Mason's lead leg, and he was very heavy on that front foot, and it was definitely something that I think Mason's going to need to address moving forward. Mederos was chopping that calf. He was landing oblique kicks, just even sweeping to just offset the rhythm a little bit. He just had a big issue with getting hit on that front leg there, but Mason started having a little bit more success as the round went on. He was making the fight a little bit uglier, started being a little bit more aggressive, started working in the dirty boxing a little bit more in the clinch. It seemed to make Mederos very uncomfortable, put him on the back foot. Mason was able to push forward, kind of eat one to land two big ones. Mason ended up landing a really big leg kick of his own, was able to knock Mederos down, but after a scramble, we actually saw Mederos was able to end up on top, which was another thing that I thought was very impressive. I mean, Mederos is very well-rounded, and starting the second round, Mederos was finding his range. The head and body combinations, keeping Mason at bay with the jab, and it was the elbows as well. Mederos was having a lot of success with. He was able to pull Mason in, slam the elbows in as Mason would engage, and that's what got him the finish. He counters Mason's jab with an elbow as they both pushed forward, rocked Mason, and from there he was landing whatever he wanted. Mason was dazed, his arms were down, kept running into the elbows, straights down the middle. I think I counted 19 full power shots just all to the head, completely unanswered, and the ref did the right thing and called the fight. But Mederos definitely proved that he is the real deal after a performance like that, beating a very tough vet. And Mason Jones, he's definitely a guy to keep an eye on. But Uncle Olin, what'd you think?
Man, I thought, honestly, a lot of things. But the main thing that I thought is that I would have been far more excited to see this fight happen at the weight class in which it should have happened. It was a catch weight, right? Like, this was a short notice fight? Or am I tripping? Because it's showing on Tapology that they both weighed in at 170-something.
I might have missed that. I thought it was a lightweight fight. I thought it was 150. Yeah, I thought it was a lightweight fight.
Okay, I'm gonna look up the UFC weigh-in results because now I'm just not trusting anybody. I feel like Google's letting me down. These guys are letting me down.
The hell's happening?
MMA Junkie. MMA Junkie won't let me down.
Your trusted source for your official MMA news.
If. Oh, here we go, MMA Mania. No, they did weigh in at 156. They bulked up. Oh my God, he bulked up to 177. Okay, if it did happen at the weight class in which they fight, holy fuck, brother. That's wild. That's wild. Damn, bro, you don't trust Pip? No, I do trust Pip. He said he didn't know. He said he assumed it was.
I wasn't 100%, Leandro.
He was 100%.
I always appreciate the double check. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check. I wanted to be sure because again, Tapology is a pretty good source of light for us, and it's saying their last recorded weigh-in was 177. But I'm assuming it's going off of the rebulked weigh-in, which is a new addition to Tapology. So kudos to them. But I digress. I mean, Jones won round 1. Then Mederos came out in the second round. As you said, folded him with elbows and a left hook. First stoppage loss of Jones's career. Mederos is 4-0-1 in the UFC, unbeaten in 4 years, and 7 out of 12 wins are knockouts. I mean, we know what he does well. He's got power in the pocket. He throws like a fucking demon, and he's got composure after a bad round, which we saw in this one wholeheartedly. He can start slow, right? We've seen a lot of people have this issue, and I think that's a consummate issue of MarQuel Mederos. But as Pip alluded to, make no mistake about it, this is a guy we need to pay attention to very closely. He could be a future household name. He's got knockout power in both hands. And more so than the power, and this is something that I hold much higher than power, because power, I feel like, is something that, unless you train your whole life to develop, you're born with power. You're born with the death touch. You know what I mean? The off switch. Precision, timing, that's made. That's honed. That's sharpened in a gym. Those are skills. And those are skills that I think MarQuel Mederos possesses more of than we have yet to see in the UFC. So I can't wait to see what's next for this guy. It was a great performance. And what I learned, Pip, since I ask you that all the time, I'm a fucking fan. I'm a fan of this MarQuel Mederos kid. I think he's someone to watch. I think he's a nasty son of a gun. And he beat one of your favorite fighters. So
he's a fun fighter. That was a fun fight.
Anybody that can go out there and be down a whole ass round like Rocky and come back and be like, "Hey, yo, Tommy, I heard no bell ring."
Whoa,
come on,
right.
bro.
That round was close as fuck. The first round was close. Come on now. The first round was close.
Mason was rocking him in that first round. He was ringing his bell a little bit.
So was Mederos.
He was.
And then Mason took him down, and you know what happened? Mederos got on top and beat the fuck out of him from there.
Goose fraba, brother. Woosah. Calm down. Take a deep breath. I did not say it was one-way traffic, my guy. I said it was a decisive round. That doesn't mean it was not a close round. I just thought there was a pretty clear-cut winner in the first round, just like there was a clear-cut winner in the fight.
That did, right? I'll give you that.
It was not one-way traffic. I'm not arguing that at all. Mederos was landing his shots. Nano, please break this up and give us your take.
No, I mean, like y'all mentioned, man, and I think I set us off here, so I will give my my prediction for what's next for MarQuel Mederos. But yeah, man, listen, I mean, the guy's savage. I mean, his sand switches and everything, the lethal striking we saw, and again, I had all the respect for a Mason the Dragon Jones. Neither of them lost any pedigree in my book, but MarQuel was just a little bit of the tougher, more savage dog in the octagon. And in terms of what's next, I mean, Tapology has MarQuel sitting at the 38th spot. They have Usman or Magomedov sitting at 35. I'm not saying necessarily that's what should be next, but that's how favorable I feel about this guy. If they did want to give Usman maybe a tune-up test, maybe put MarQuel Mederos in there and get some really good striking going for us. But if not him, what about Mateusz Rebecki? Is that too rich for y'all's blood? Pip, what do you think's next for Okay.
I like that.
Any other names, brother?
I'm not mad at that. The only other names, I kind of like where you're sitting though. Around that spot, we've got Chris Duncan as well. Drew Dober, as I think is a little bit higher, but close to that list. Esteban Ribovics. I think it'd all be fun shouts. But Uncle Olin, you got any names? I think I do like that Rebecki shout the most though. Honestly, that's a fun fight.
I got 3 names. 4 if you want me to include my bonus round name here or my icing on the cake name. I don't really believe it's gonna happen, but I just think it'd be fun.
Might as well.
So I got Chris Taco Padilla. I just think it makes sense. Esteban Ribovic, which has already been mentioned, makes a lot of sense. Nasrat Hopcroft coming off 2 back-to-back losses, I think makes a shit ton of sense. Speaking of squat, it makes a shit ton of sense. And then the one that I don't think is going to happen, but I think makes maybe the most sense of all. Call me crazy here. Crazy. Not Drew Dober. Iron Michael Chandler.
Oh. No, that's a fun fight.
He's off 4 losses.
Yeah.
This is not a sport of what have you done for me. It's a sport of what have you done for me lately. And lately you just lost.
Yeah, fuck like rankings or whatever, like all that kind of shit. That fight's a lot of fun. That's fireworks.
He hasn't won in 4 years.
No, and it kind of like you can make it make sense. Like you can make
He's
it make
ranked like
sense.
10 above him, and he hasn't won in 4 years.
Oh damn! Wait, where's Mederos ranked now? I don't know what the rankings are.
In light heavyweight, he's at 38, and Iron Mike's at 25. So it's actually 13.
Okay, that's not a crazy jump.
Yeah,
Not
not
at
the
all.
craziest jump for sure.
I like that shout.
I love it, man. I loved it. Let's jump into the chat real quick. I trust Pip. I believe in Pip.
Thank you, Leandro. Thank you.
Tico says, damn. He said, I don't trust Pip. That's crazy. Good noticing that, Leandro. I trust Pip too. I couldn't imagine otherwise.
Thank you, Tigo. The boys got my back.
I bet Pip can decipher my weight purely based on a sight or smell, or I don't know how he does it. So true, says Tico Tech. Why step on a scale when I can send Pip a selfie and get a real number? Jimbo's old lady agrees, and Pip we trust.
That should be the slogan. I like that. I like that. Hey, you start sending me the scales, I will, there won't be much
Pip
misweight
deserves
anymore.
his
Tights.
own scale emoji. I'm sending myself a note. I'm sending myself a note. Make Pip scale emoji.
Talk about Pip in the scale, huh?
Pip in the scale is fire, bro. That's fire. So good.
Thank you.
Drew Dober, he could cut a Russian convoy in half with his chin. He sharpens it with whetstone like in Skyrim. That's incredible.
Bruh. That's hilarious.
The real Drew Dober says he's been pissing out half-cooked garbanzo beans. Is he cooked, chat?
Ooh.
Might be.
Yeah.
Could be.
I think
Any
so.
doctor should
See
be
a
jealous
doctor.
of that, the real Drew Dober.
Mixed reviews.
You like how I faked out the Drew Dober name? I did that because the real Drew Dober in the chat. I thought he'd get a kick out of that. He's like, oh, he's in my game. Oh, my. Oh, man. Speaking of old boys, let's talk about some girls. Let's talk about Carli Judice and Jaisla Chavez. Let's try this again. Take two. All right. We're going to go on right into it. Nano, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. Tell the people, how do we feel about Carli Judice? And also, before you answer that, I'm going to ask you the realest question of all. How the fuck did she not get drafted this season in fantasy?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple girls on this fight card that really stole the show, but also deserve to be on a future UFC fantasy team. And again, if that's a new topic to you, please hit us up. We can fill you in on how we go about that. More to come there down the road. But listen, boys, this flyweight, crispy as bacon, Carli Judice, some of the best striking, I think, in the division. And Jaisla Chavez really came out guns a-blazing. I liked what I saw. She was throwing some kicks, some front kicks, some really good strikes, was applying some pressure, but all it took is one strike to change the game, and that was the teep kick or front kick there to the sternum on a Jaisla Chavez. I mean, Carli Crispy Judice with the left hand to follow up. It's all we needed. All she wrote. I don't need to go too much into depth. I know Pip will take the rest of the meat off the bones here, but man, really impressive with this woman here in the flyweight division. We got one, and the fact that she wants to stay active and fight as much as possible, stay in the just stay active, again, to reiterate, and to continue to put on good shows. She wants to knock girls out. She has 5 or 6 now first round finishes, maybe I think it's 5, could be 6, either way. It's exciting as all get, and she's representing Lafayette. Yeah, her Pip, how you feeling about this crispy I like bacon Carli Judice?
No, I mean, Crispy Carli put on a striking masterclass. And if you're someone who appreciates fundamentals, I think this is a fight that you'll love. I mean, it was a day one striking class performed at the highest level. I mean, right from the start, Judice was always on the gas. She was pushing Chavez back, always attacking on the outside of Chavez. And this was a southpaw versus orthodox match. So Judice fighting on the outside of Chavez's lead leg was, I think, a big component to what got Judice this win here. She was covering the range with the jab. She was able to get on the outside, landing straights down the middle, knees in the clinch. From range, she was able to feint that step in and land the straight body kick combination. Blasted teep kicks, as you said, right to the sternum there, right to the diaphragm, and kept Chavez on the back foot the whole time. And she was still able to advance forward. And as you say, you got to stack the pennies in the bank. She put that bitch all on black, and it paid out early because a minute and 39 seconds, staying crispy when Chavez got crazy. She folded her with the front kick, and she landed maybe like 4 or 5 of those. She definitely was targeting that body a lot, but it was one solid kick that really just changed the momentum. It was a statement win for Carli Judice. She's looking good. I think now it's 4 straight wins. 27 years old. She can make a real wave here soon. If she didn't take much damage, I think she can make a quick turnaround with that as well. But Uncle Olin, what'd you think?
Same, man. I mean, this girl's one to watch. Crispy is the nickname and crispy is the game. She walked through an undefeated prospect, folded her with a body kick, and swarmed her after that fact. 4-fight UFC streak, 6 of 7 career wins by KO, 4 fight night bonuses, most in women's flyweight history, by the way. Chavez, 8-fight win streak and first career loss arrived in 99 seconds. 99 seconds, boys. Got 99 problems, but 100 seconds ain't one. I mean, crispy Carli Judice is just nasty with it. Nasty strength, power in the kicks, and she doesn't need a minute to find the range. She finds it in seconds. Like, the only hole that I can see in her game, because I constantly like to talk about, holes and strengths. Strengths are there. Power, striking, strength of schedule. The hole, namesake. She's not a household name yet. And that, to me, is a fixable fucking hole. Put her in there with some legends. Put her in there with some names. Build her the fuck up. She is fantastic. WMC, I'm so happy you caught that. She was pussing Chavez back. I'm late, but Mederos versus Terrence McKinney or Ribovich. Oh, yeah, we said Ribovich. I do like those fights a lot. I like it a lot. Horns for Rain. Let's go, Rain G. Hey, fellas. Hey, Rain G.
Shout out, Rain.
Love that. What the oblivion is that? I'm assuming you're talking about the real Drew Dober, and I would assume that those are kidney stones. Yeah. Crispy is a good nickname. It's a great nickname. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. Now the question is, Nano taking the lead on this one. What do you think? What do you think? Who should be next for Crispy?
Man, I do want to see her get a proper opponent next. I think going out there being an undefeated fighter and having so many first round finishes, like I'd love to see her. And again, currently sitting the 18th spot as of today. Man, what do we think about a Tracy Cortez coming off a couple losses? Is that too rich for your guys' blood? Get her a ranked opponent.
I like it.
Not mad at it.
Okay. Pip, what do you got?
I'm not mad at that at all.
I like where you're at with the kind of the rankings. I mean, I think if Jessica Andrade is not dropped out of the rankings right now, I think she's on a skid right now. That would be at least a good name to put her up at Uncle, and as you said, to kind of build some name value for her. But I think Dione Barbosa is right at the top 15, so I think that would be another good fight. But Uncle, what do you got?
I know I like to do often the loser of fights, but I'm going to go winner of, and I'm going to give you 2 different fights here. All right, so winner of Regina Tarine versus JJ Aldrich. That gets her into the rankings.
Good name value either way, too.
I agree. And then winner of, this is even better name value in my opinion, Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill versus Eduardo Maura.
Ooh, solid.
I just genuinely think like Regina Tarine versus her would be fun. And I think that's who wins. So let's go. Knock Cortez's lashes clean off. We'd bring back the eyelash thumbnail that we had for that fight. Do you remember that, Nano?
Oh, yeah.
I put eyelashes on me and Nano flying off whenever she fought last time.
That's a solid idea.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
in honor.
That was fantastic. She did get her eyelashes knocked off. Like I wasn't.
Yeah, it really happened.
You can read about it in a book.
True story, bro.
It really happened. It really
True story.
happened. Speaking of things that really happened, Anthony Wint versus Terrence Chapman. That really happened. And you know what else really happened? Anthony Wint, after the fight, he went and he did that. He said he did not know how to defend a Kimura. That his opponent was going to keep trying to torque his arm and break it, and he was going to keep not tapping until his arm broke or he got out of it. And he did. And then he alluded to say, I was working full time during this camp. I would train, then go to work an 8-hour shift, then I'd go back and try and train again. And now I can just train all day. So the first thing I'm going to do is learn Kimura defense and rear naked choke defense and all the other defenses I need to learn to get back up, beat somebody up on the feet. So I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. I think he's a lot of fun. Dana White's Contender Series alum. We saw him just, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago in the main event?
11 days ago, I believe.
Cost us money 11 days ago. Second shortest gap in history. He put a heavyweight to sleep. He's 8-0, 7 by stoppage out of those 8. He wrestles, he climbs, he squeezes. I mean, he's a beast, bro. Again, the only hole really is the sample size. He's so young and fresh and wet, green, as they say. We don't really know what he is able to do. And I agree with Tico here. Broken arm ain't worth $12K, bub. Speaking of bub, just rewatched X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 over the weekend with Mary. She'd never seen either of them. And they're on the watch list for Doomsday. So there we go. She appreciated the Wolverine cosplay I did at Comic-Con a couple years ago a lot more.
Hell yeah.
Solid movies.
And she also called out every time he said bub. She's like, was that the first time he said bub? That took way too long. Yeah, you're right, babe. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, bub. Folks, cheers. Before I pass it over to these other two, cheers to you if you haven't done so yet. Like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell for notifications so you know when we're live next time, and so you can tune in tomorrow when these guys are taking over the place. And either way, whether you're drinking or not, we appreciate you for being here. So cheers to that. To you.
Salud.
Good interview on Deep Waters today. Who was it? Nice, LOL Classics. Dude, they're so good. The grounding and character development, so well done. And honestly, aside from Halle Berry as Storm, which at the very least, at least she's eye candy, switching accents every movie was not for me. But all the other casting is fucking phenomenal, bro. My grandfather used to call me Bub, so I love hearing Wolverine say it. Dude, it's the best. It's the best. Let's fucking go, Bub. Dude, getting that payoff in Wolverine Deadpool, or Deadpool Wolverine, so good. So good.
Oh, that
Speaking
was a
of
great
so
movie
good,
too.
dude, it was so fun, bro. Speaking of so fun, Pip, tell the people how you felt watching this one, brother. It was definitely a fun one. But what were your thoughts watching this one play out?
I mean, as you said, we got to see this guy just 11, well, I guess now 13 days ago. I said that on Saturday. So 13 days ago, he came in and won his won his debut with ease. Got the arm triangle in round 1. Fun round for as long as it lasted. I mean, Anthony showed a clear advantage, honestly, in most exchanges. I mean, he was quicker on the feet, nice lead jab, hook combinations that really covered the space well, and then was able to mix in that single. I mean, Chapman almost had created one area where he could have scrambled or got the finish on going, as you mentioned, with that Kimura. Chapman had Wint in half guard, almost reverse Wint, but it was more of an issue from Chapman because he didn't secure the leg during the roll, and Wint was able basically just to get back into side control and get his arm right out of there. And then Chapman pretty much rolled right into the arm triangle. In all honesty, it was past the hips, and then he was able to put Chapman to sleep. Shit. Didn't even really have the hips all the way against the mat. Still choked them out unconscious. So that squeeze that he has is unreal. And you can tell that he's built different just from his physique. I mean, he's got insane strength, insane power. I'm interested in this, the story you brought up. Now I'm interested to see what he goes out there and does with proper Kimura and rear naked choke defense. But Nano, what'd you think?
Little switch up there. Thank you, Pip. Yeah, man. I mean, great breakdown and great sense of what happened there. I mean, that's really what it was, right? Anthony Wint just seems to be a class above what Terrence Chapman hopes to be here in the heavyweight division. Just didn't really have much for him on the ground. Wint coming in here on short notice and just fighting recently. Looks the part. And Anthony Wint is the one that had the Deep Waters interview. Looks to be about a 30-minute interview. It mentions Myles Garrett in the headlines. So I'm sure he maybe covers some cool topics, but we'll be watching that a little later. So appreciate the shout on that one. Rain G. But MMAnomaly, anything else stand out to you on this quick, dominant first round finish here from an Anthony Wint?
I mean, honestly, nothing else stood out. Like I said, we saw him 11 days ago. He's an absolute phenom, and he's admitting he's not that good yet. He's not at the top of his game yet. And to me, if I'm calling a spade, as you know I always will, that's a pretty scary fucking prospect, brother. Now, as far as what's next for him, though, that's a different question. It is a very, 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 very shallow division, right? There's just not a lot of guys here when it comes to it. So as far as Anthony Wint, the sky is the limit. And I think that we need to see what the ceiling is sooner rather than later. I hate that I'm going first on this one, but I'm going to throw 3 names out there. You'll probably like 2 of them. You're not going to like one of them. Maybe you will. Maybe I'm wrong. But either way, let's see it. So I got Kennedy and Zetriquil coming off another loss, trying to do his best MVP performance and just getting knocked the fuck out for the results. Alexander Romanov, right? He's a good fighter. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and I think this builds either guy who wins. And the name that I don't think you guys are going to love, I should have left that a secret, so that way you guys could decipher which name it was. But either way, Mr. Concrete himself, Steven Asplin. Battle of the Dana White's Contender Series alums.
Ooh.
In a dying division.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Pip, what do you got?
It's hard to argue any of those names because, like you said, it is a very shallow division. So it's like he's probably ranked 30, and it's like it's not out of the realm of possibility for a guy ranked 30 to fight a guy in the top 15, especially at heavyweight when everybody in the top like 7 to 15 are all coming off back-to-back losses. Like, it makes sense. I'm kind of thinking build him up as slow as you can because, as you said, he is still trying to work on some of the basic elements of this game, and he looked good on Saturday night, so I'm curious to see what he can do in the next couple of years. So if we build him up slowly against a guy like Louis Sutherland or maybe Tyrell Fortune, who both of those guys I don't really think are that good either, I think it could kind of help him improve his skill as he climbs up the ladder. But Nano, you got any names?
I like that range that you mentioned here with someone like a Louis Vanilla Gorilla Sutherland, even like a Thomas the Train Peterson, that 37 to 38 range, maybe 1 or 2 more fights before he starts getting some notable opponents here in the heavyweight division. Gives him like maybe another year-ish to really solidify or develop those other areas of his game. Yeah,
and I like that. That helps him work on his ability to deal with grapplers. It makes sense logically, I think.
I agree. I think it does make a lot of sense from a logical standpoint. And, meritocracy also speaks volumes. Speaking volumes, we got Lazy Bed MMA in the fucking chat right now.
Shout out, Lazy.
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a 3-headed MMA mega machine. Let's go. My fucking guy. We also got Tyler Betts. Let's go, Tyler Betts. My guy, Tyler. The man, the myth, the legend. Tico Tech says, Mr. Kennedy getting knocked out like that was so funny. Yeah, it was. It definitely was. I killed him. Sorry about that. You put him in timeout. I appreciate Lazy Bed. That's why you have a wrench. My guy. I appreciate you being there. I appreciate you being the man, the myth, the legend. Let's go ahead and move into the next fight, shall we? We had another KO. We had a lot of them, a lot of finishes on this fight night, especially in the first fucking round. My goodness. Try and keep it short and sweet here, as will we all. We had Larry and Douglas, the pistol shrimp, or the mantis shrimp, as it's called.
The mantis
coming in
shrimp.
Against Jamall Emmers. And man, did Jamall Emmers just make us feel all a bit more silly. Pip, give the people what they want to know. Give them the P's and Q's, the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T's. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, not a lot of time in general to kind of dissect this one down, but Jamall Emmers really just shut the hype down with the perfect 1-2 down the middle and put Douglas out in the first round. It was a exciting round. I mean, both guys seemed to have a lot of moments. Douglas was having quite a bit of success with the calf kick early, almost spinning Emmers around when it landed, trying to load up the hooks as well. And Emmers was trying to fight at range. He was stabbing the body with the front kick, landed a few of his own leg kicks, and really just stayed on the skates anytime Douglas rushed in. But it almost seemed like that was frustrating Douglas in a sense. As he started getting very wild when he would throw, he was almost jumping in, both hands away from his head, just kind of winging hooks with his chin up. And that was the only shot that Douglas was looking for. Anytime Douglas entered, he was throwing a hook. So Emmers started throwing right down the middle, and as Douglas was rushing in, he walked right into a 1-2, and it crumbled him. I mean, 3 straight wins as a 3-1 underdog. That's a pretty damn good way to end your night. So I'm pretty high on Jamall Emmers right now. That was a great performance. Nano, what'd you think?
Yeah, absolutely great performance. It shocked me, shocked the world, shocked the bettors. I just thought that Larry Douglas was going to be able to get to his punches sooner and put more damage on a Jamall Emmers before he was. But, man, all it took was that clean right hand to land right through the gloves there, right through Larian's guard. And it didn't look like it was anything crazy, but must have just got in the wrong spot or just really gave Larian some fits because he crumbled and just didn't want anything else to do with the fight after that punch landed. You got to tip the cap and give credit where it's due, and that is all for Jamall Emmers, man. It was his night, 37 years of age, really looking to continue to have some more notable fights, especially after a big dominant win like that. I mean, I always say if you're going to beat someone with a hype train behind them, you get to take that train to the next stop, and hopefully it's to the top. Not yet, but, a little bit closer. MMAnomaly, bring us home, brother. What stood out to you from this savvy veteran going out there and showing that the old bull may be able to show the young calf some tricks? Talk to the people.
Man. I thought this was fantastic, aside from the fact that we were going for the wrong guy. Douglas chased, Emmers circled, and timed a right hand down the pipe, turned the lights off in Sacramento. And, I mean, make no mistake about it, like, Douglas went for scans after this fight. Possible orbital bone break, 180-day medical suspension. He got fucking creamed, as we say, right? He got fucking creamed, boys. He got slimed out. Oh, man. It was tough to see. It was tough to witness backing Larry and Douglas, but he was chasing the opponent, whereas his opponent was leading the dance and just making him follow. It felt like, I'm a big analogy guy, folks. It felt like the bull versus the matador in this one. And make no mistake about it, we bet on the fucking bull. More often than not, you take those odds. The bull fucks up a lot of matadors, all right? But this was no Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria situation, right? The matador won in this one. He faked out the bull. He landed the counter shot, and he closed the show. So good for him. Good for Jamall Emmers. He looked really fucking good out there. Used the reach to his advantage, used the range, and used the veteranship. And I mean, it's something that you love to fucking see, right? Pip, who do you want to see this guy fight next?
I got a loser.
Remind me, was he the one that said he wants top 15 or bust?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was. He was like, if I don't get it, I'll retire. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking.
I just want to make sure you have appropriate names.
Oh, wait.
No, that wasn't this weekend. That was last weekend. Who was that? That was last weekend.
No, that was last weekend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
I just wanted to make sure.
Somebody in the chat refresh my memory. That was last weekend, though. I don't remember.
That was last weekend. I thought that was a bad shout.
That was a stupid shout. That was. I'll find it. But
our CEO would call that a CLM, a career limiting move.
Yeah, it really
Jeremiah
is.
Wells. That's who it was.
That's who it was.
My fucking guy.
That's who it was.
Let's go.
Yeah. Shout out Lazy Bed.
Thank you, Lazy. Thank you. For Emmers, right, I mean, the loser of Pitbull versus Duho Choi, I think it'd be a really fun fight. Or if you don't like that matchup, but I think that's my favorite because I think either way that makes a lot of sense. David Onama, I think is a fun fight. But Uncle Olin, you got any names?
David Onama. Oh man, if you haven't heard that story, you better ask someone. I like the David Onama shout, to be completely honest. I think it's a really good shout. What was the other name you said?
The loser of Pitbull versus Duho Choi.
Oh, I like that one a lot. I really like that.
I thought hard about this one.
Man.
Great work, buddy.
I don't know that I have a better name. I genuinely don't know that I have a better name. Like, I feel like those are good. Oh, Pat Sabatini is a solid shout.
That's a fun fight.
I like Onama as well, though. Right in the same neck of the woods.
Other featherweights that would make sense for him. I mean, genuinely, I like the Pitbull versus Duho Choi shout. I think that's probably the best one. Outside of that, maybe loser of Nathaniel, the last Kingsman Wood versus Myron Santos.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too.
But it makes less sense if Myron wins that or loses that fight. Because then it's two shiny toys. Or shinier toys. I mean, you're risking a shiny toy against an aging veteran that doesn't have a lot of time left in the gas tank. So it's tough. No, are you serious? Lazy Bed with the fucking breaking news. Myron Santos just fell out tonight.
That's crazy. I wonder who the replacement's going to be. I hope they get a replacement.
Oh, man.
I got to see my boy.
That's tough. Fuck.
That's tough.
Who was ranked higher? It was Santos, no? Or no, it was Wood.
I think Wood was ranked higher.
Wood's 15. Santos is 28.
Yeah.
I mean, he was already willing to fight down 28. You could give him somebody like a...
I feel like they could replace it.
Pat Sabatini or Josh Emmett would make a lot of sense. David Onama would make sense for that one, too.
Oh, jump up, David Onama. That would be a great fight.
Banger.
Do that.
Per AG Fight on X, a reliable source. Yeah, AG Fight is definitely a good one. It's like A is Marcel Dorf, and then like B or C is AG Fight, I would say. Definitely a repeatable source, or a refutable source. Reputable source. There you go. With that being said, let's jump to the next one. The next one, man, I got it right. Shamil Gaziev versus Kennedy and Nzechukwu. Kennedy had his hands at his waist, looking a bit fun and leisurely out there. Gaziev threw one straight. Kennedy slipped it. And then the second one twisted his chin off his fucking head. Bit of a walk-off KO for Shamil Gaziev. Strength is, his one-shot power. I've said this before. He is an absolute monster in there, especially if you leave your head there to be hit. And your hands are down. I mean, you're just removing a barrier for me. So give me that in spades all fucking day. That bet hit. Told you guys and gals, take Shamil Gaziev. And if you're feeling ballsy, take him inside the distance. Wish I would have done inside the distance. Probably would have cashed even more. But I digress. We're up on that one. So we'll take it all fucking day. Nano, what were you thinking on this Wish.com MVP performance?
Yeah, brutal, because I was leaning Kennedy. I was leaning the striker here that was hopefully going to be able to use his length and his speed and just his movement to his advantage. But great soundbite, because that's how I felt seeing him with his hands low and turning his chin and somehow getting connected on the right side of his chin as he tries to dodge the right hand from a Shamil Gaziev, who showed pure freaking sniper-like accuracy with that punch. And that was all it took. Literally one and done walk-off victory here for a Shamil Gaziev. Nasty work from him over Kennedy and Nzechukwu. Man, I mean, I don't know how much more we could really break it down. I'll pass it over to my boy Pip. I mean, were you shocked, surprised that anything sent out to you here in this heavyweight matchup?
No, one and done, as you boys said, for Gaziev. But just a straight right hand to put Kennedy out, just a minute and 20 seconds. There's not a lot to break down, obviously, as you boys said, with how fast it was. But, I mean, right from the start, you could definitely see a handful of issues from Kennedy that led to the finish. I mean, Kennedy was constantly extending that lead hand to measure range, backing away, and always circling to the right, but leaning toward the power side. And once he got to a certain range, he kind of just stayed in front of Shamil and just stayed, almost predictable very early. And Kennedy got caught early for it as well, just against the cage, hands low. Shamil thought threw two straight right hands back to back, and the second one on Kennedy just he just took it right on the chin. I don't know if he thought it was a left hook. No, as you said, I don't know what he was defending. That's not how you. I get with maybe a hook, you can kind of roll with it a little bit, but he kind of leaned right into the straight shot. I don't know what he was doing. It was just a really bad game plan / performance / whatever you want to. It wasn't great. It wasn't great for Kennedy. Not good at all. Colin, miss anything?
I really don't think he did. Shamil Gaziev landed less strikes than Kennedy. I don't know if anybody pointed that one out. That's a fun fact.
How many strikes did Kennedy throw?
I mean, there were 5 in the whole fight, if that tells you a whole lot.
Okay, and Shamil, I think, landed like 2.
3-2. Yeah, it was 3-2. 3-2 on total strikes, 3-2 on significant strikes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the accuracy is about the same. 40% for Shamil, 42% for Kennedy. So literally 12 strikes were thrown or attempted in this fight. It was quick, man. It was very quick. Shamil O'Neal versus Spivak is one hell of a fucking shout. I'm not mad at that one at all. I actually think it's a really, really good shout. Apparently already taken one of the names on the list here.
List. It makes sense.
You know,
Spivak didn't look good either. If we're being honest.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
I was thinking Shamil versus Hokit though.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a big one.
I feel like Hokit's looking for a money fight right now, but
Bit
that
of
is
a
a fun fight.
curveball.
That's a really fun fight.
Curveball, but that's a good fight.
Yeah, it's a fun fight.
I think that's like if he doesn't get the Pineda fight, sign him up.
And that's what 10 first round finishes that Shamil's had. Like it makes a lot. It is a banger fight between him and Hokit.
He's nasty. He can hit hard, bro.
Absolutely.
But Hokit can move fast, and that's a problem at heavyweight.
That's true. That is true. I mean, yeah, there's a few good matchups for Shamil. I mean, man, yeah. I mean, Vitor Petrino is now on the wing. I mean, Walter Cortez is fighting soon. If he gets the win, you know, what do things look like for him? Yeah, I'm excited for Shamil. That was a great win for him. But yeah, I mean, it's a crowded division, but Josh Hokit can't necessarily wait forever. And I don't know if Alex Bejeda really has an appetite for that fight at all, right? I mean, maybe he'll fight John Jones, if anything. We're talking about Alex Bejeda, aka Chama. He's still pissed off at the UFC, but hey, I mean, yeah, like WMC said, why would he fight him? Oh, man, it's tough. But if it makes dollars, it makes sense. I like it.
Why would he fight him? Yeah, I mean, again, I agree. But it's a fight that makes sense from a meritocracy standpoint. Exactly. He's money fights. I agree, Rangy.
We could do the loser of Pinto versus Spawn.
Ooh. That I'm not mad at. Speaking of the Superman shirt.
I think it's a good one.
That's a solid fucking shot right there, brother. I like that one a lot. Any other names before we move on?
West, you took my other one.
Let's keep
Hate
moving.
to see it, but you also love to see it. It's the best of times. I'll say it's the worst of times. Let's talk about a great time. Let's talk about Chris Padilla versus Nasrat Hopcross. This was my dog of the week. And, you know, usually I do these shots in a sad manner because I got something wrong. I'm going to pour one up because I got something fucking right. You know, why not celebrate a little bit? I feel like I've earned it. I feel like I deserve it. I got an extra point on this one in the underdog competition. And of course we bet him. I mean, you know, Chrissy boy. It's always Taco Tuesday.
Chrissy boy.
Chrissy boy. Come on. My boy. Chrissy boy. The fucking taco. The taco vato. Let's fucking get it. No, this guy's a stud. He's a beast. He got it done. He got me that extra point, and I appreciate it. So cheers to you. Make sure you smash that bell for notifications.
Salud.
I went first last time. Which one of you guys wants to talk about Taco Tuesday first?
No, take the lead.
I appreciate it, brother. I'll be short and sweet here, man. I mean, Taco Padilla, Chris, formerly known as, I mean, man, what an absolute performance, man. This guy showed all the toughness that he needed to validate that the hype is real. And I kind of feel a little bit bad for Nasrat Hopcross. I mean, the guy's just not getting a good run of things. He had some moments, but again, everything he hit, Chris Taco Padilla with. Padilla had an answer. He had good movement, really nasty strikes, good grappling, and then the standing choke to the ground finish there, slamming down Nasrat and quite literally getting the buzzer beater submission win over him. It's just great on Taco Padilla, continuing to add to the hype, and just bad luck for Nasrat. Pip, what stood out to you, brother, in terms of the X's and O's here, and how did Taco Padilla make it a Taco Tuesday here for us this week? Talk to the people.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the key point, and that was that I think the fight was fairly lackluster up until that 4 minutes and 58 seconds of the very third round. That's when he kind of flipped the script on us, and I think that's what everybody's going to talk about is the buzzer submission. Not even a tap out that we got, but it put Harper Squat unconscious. During the actual fight, it felt more of like a like a point fight in disguise of a brawl. It was a lot of missed flurries. But Padilla was having more success fighting at range, the oblique kicks, the step-in elbows, right straights. It didn't feel like the fight really picked up until the third round. We saw both guys really start putting a lot more steam on their shots. Harper Squat was just kind of pressuring a little bit more. Excuse me. Fighting behind the jab, found a few hooks in the pocket, and was getting a little bit wild, swinging big with his head down, just a little bit reckless, and did get caught with a right uppercut, and that's kind of what started the finishing sequence. Padilla followed Nazarat to the ground, landed some nasty elbows. They ended up working back to the feet. Padilla was able to find more elbows off the clinch, worked Harper Squat against the cage, got under the arm, secured that head and arm triangle, slams Nazarat down, and he went to sleep at the buzzer. You could see his legs twitch, his arms go limp. Then the buzzer goes and Padilla lets go. I mean, it was a perfect call. Great job from Padilla being able to put a big spin on what you would say is a lackluster performance up until then. But Uncle Olin, what'd you think?
Man, I'm sorry. I'm still recovering from Harper Squat. I love how you say half crossed.
You don't like Harper Squat? Chrissy Boy and Harper Squat. It was my favorite fight of the card.
Chrissy Boy and Harper Squat. They're the studs of the fucking buzz. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they brought this whole thing together. Like
Lazy Beb. Nana was talking about tacos. Said short and sweet. Everything comes together like butt cheeks. You know that's my saying, bro. I say that shit all the time. I literally. This guy asked me how the home hunting was going. I was like, man, everything's coming together like butt cheeks. I love it when everything comes together like butt cheeks.
That's how you know it's
man, short and sweet must be a street taco. Little sweet blue corn tortillas. Well, speaking about coming together like butt cheeks. Harper Squat. Let's go. Love to see it. Harper Squat. I mean, come on. Yeah, it was a Taco Tuesday. What can we say? It was a kickboxing match for about 2.5 rounds. Then Padilla dropped him, swarmed him, and with 1 second left, he jumped a standing arm triangle choke in this one. I mean, come on. The guy looked absolutely stunning out there. 14 minutes, 59 seconds into a 15-minute fight. I mean, this is a movie script. You can't script this any better than it absolutely was. He looked good. First submission loss of Nazarat's UFC career as well. Padilla 5-0-1 in the UFC. 6-fight unbeaten streak, technically. Tied for the longest active 155 streak. He's got a solid kicking game, late composure in the fights that he's been in, and a submission chain that people sleep on, right? He can get dragged into firefights, though, and give away rounds. We've seen that happen before. But he's a stud. He's someone to keep an eye on. And I think that he was a solid dog of the week pick. It's why I picked him. Anybody that picked against him.
Federal fucking prison.
Okay, folks. Like at this point, picking against Taco Padilla.
That's fucking illegal.
You know what I'm saying? It is. It is. This is one I told you I felt most confident in. It was my dog of the week. And let's fucking get it. Nano, as you exhale smoke, give us some of that smoke and tell us who you want to see him fight next.
Just add to the ambiance. Thank you, brother. And I think someone that wants to smoke, that always wants to smoke, and is willing to give the smoke. I'm talking about a Red Rover. Send Drew Dober on over. And not the real Drew Dober in the chat, although he might be game as well. I'm talking about the real life Drew Dober here. Pitt, who do you got next for Chris? Taco Padilla.
I think we put Padilla in the rankings. I think we give Taco either a Matus Gamrot or a Emmanuel Torres. I think just sitting right at the top 15 spot. But Uncle Olin, you think I'm crazy? You wanna keep him where he's at, or you want to jump him up? Where you at?
I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm definitely not mad at it. I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think that this guy is, like I said, he's someone to watch. He's someone that has put on a fucking show in the lightweight division for the last handful of fights that he's been given. I want to see him get a little bit more of a shine. I want to see him get a run to the top, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to see an Icarus effect. I don't want to see him get smashed into another shiny toy. But at the same time, I do want to see him get a chance. I think Drew Dober is a solid shout. But Ludovic, Mr. Highlight Klein. coming off a loss. It's another really,
It's a good
really
fight.
good shout. And then outside of that, I mean, let me ask you this. Scale of 1 to 10, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to give you the other name. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being Icarus effect, 1 being safety blanket. How fast do we want to pole vault this guy up?
Taco Padilla, I mean, as you said, 6-fight win streak. The one time I think he did get close to that ranking, he fought to a draw. It was a very close fight. Dude, he's ready. I don't think he's older too. You can't keep giving him these up and coming guys. You need to already pole vault him. That's what I say. I say give him a ranking. Give him a ranking.
Give me a number. Give me a number. 1 to 10.
I'm gonna say 6, maybe 7. I would say 7.
7, I think, is fire. Pip, what do you think? 1 to 10.
Ranking wise?
Well, no. 1 being safety blanket, 10 being Icarus effect. What do you want to see for him?
9.
Whoa! I'll meet you halfway. We got a 7. We got a 9. I'll meet you at 8. And I'll give you the name I have for that. Not 1, but 2. Both coming off losses. 1 coming off 2 losses. Benil Dariush. Just hogging a ranking.
Money fight.
Unceremoniously.
Absolutely.
Sign me up.
Waste of space.
And Manuel El Loco. And emphasis on El Loco here, folks.
Come on, don't be crazy.
Torres.
Torres.
Okay.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. That's my name. I think he's right there outside of he's sitting at what, 15? Or no, is he higher?
He's higher. He's higher.
What's he ranked at?
He is 13 on Tapology.
13? That's the perfect spot.
That's my source of truth. Fuck, I'm sorry. Respectfully, fuck the meta rankings. I'm not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not doing that.
Manuel Torres makes the most
There we
sense.
go.
That is my favorite shout.
go.
That is a proper shout.
Oh yeah.
My focus was weird there for a second on the camera. I had to fix that. Yeah, I think those are good names, man. Like realistically, it just makes a lot of sense. Hey, Auntie Kenny subbing on the Twitch. Let's go, brother.
Auntie Kenny.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. With that, let's move to the next fight, shall we? It's Marcio Barbosa. No. Hold on. Who was the next fight here?
I think you're right. Marcio Barbosa versus
Yeah, Marcio Barbosa
Ryan
versus
Coos.
Ryan Hughes. I wanted to make sure because Google. You just can't trust them. You know? You can't trust them.
Justin Pitt.
But yeah, he lost. Trust in Pip. Trust in Pip. What would Pip do? WWPD. I say it all the time.
I want that on a shirt.
You know, a lot of people thought that Barbosa would get it done by TKO. 7,724 community votes on Tapology thought that he was going to get it done by TKO. 97% thought he was going to get it done. 94.1% of that 97% thought it'd be by TKO. And guess what, folks? It was by TKO. It was by a left hook. Little left hook Larry cameo for this one. Pip, what were your thoughts? Give the people the P's and Q's here. And I mean, how beautiful was that finish?
It was a great fight. It was this is another one where we kind of got a what to do 101 kind of lesson. We saw that earlier with Carli Judice. This one was our striker versus grappler 101 tutorial. This was a perfect example of what a striker needs to do when approaching a grappler. I mean, within the first 5 seconds, Ryan was already on the... He already had Ryan on the back foot. Barbosa was heavier on that lead leg. His hips were back. He was leaned in. He was ready for the takedowns. Anytime Ryan tried to blitz forward, take control, Barbosa just popped that lead hand out in front of Ryan, never allowed him to get close, and then flicked that jab out to stop the pressure. Anytime Ryan would shoot, his entries were telegraphed as he was exploding forward after getting backed up. And Barbosa was able to stuff the takedowns, either just framing away or threatening Ryan with that guillotine. In the first real exchange, he dropped Ryan with a clean left hook, stalked Ryan up against the cage with more hooks, and then just pretty much circled right into another left hook. And it just seemed like Ryan didn't want to continue. It was just, he was on his back, kind of dazed. Herzog called it 2-0 in the UFC, 2 first-round finishes. Definitely an exciting featherweight to keep an eye on. But, Nano, what'd you think of this performance from Barbosa?
Man, absolutely powerful performance here by Marcio Barbosa. A true walk-off KO win. like Pip mentioned there in terms of how he got there, just absolute textbook. Really able, just had an answer for everything that his opponent had for him here in Ryan Hughes. But boy, Marcio is just an absolute dog, man. And to have that kind of respect or just poise to not go and add a couple extra shots, which he totally could have. I mean, to the layman's eye, you would have thought Ryan just was pulling guard, but you could clearly see as it was in slow motion there, he was the lights were on, but no one was home. And for Marcio to have the wherewithal to not weigh in and add extra insult to injury, or just really take off potential more time, or further concuss his opponent, just class, master class there. True gentleman, and chivalry's not dead and all those great terms, but love to see it. It was a short fight, so I don't know how much more I need to break down, but MMAnomaly, anything stand out to you from this powerhouse of a featherweight here at Marcio Barbosa?
Yeah, very, very short fight. 2 minutes and 47 seconds long, to be completely exact. Short notice fight for Cuse, right? Ryan Cuse. And Barbosa stuffed every single takedown that he presented, kept it in space, walked him onto a left hook that ended the night. He's 2-0 in the UFC. Both knockouts. 18 of 9 career wins by stoppage. I mean, what else is there to say? His strength is obviously his power and his ability to finish people and put them to sleep, right? His decline is the fact that he's new. We don't know a whole lot about him. We don't know what his weaknesses are. We don't know really kind of what the ceiling is. But I'm here to see it, man. I'm here to see what Marcio Barbosa can do in the division. And before that, I'm here to see what Pip thinks should be next for him.
Yeah, I got 2 names for Barbosa, and I'm kind of keeping him going against a higher ranked, obviously, but still in that grappler type of matchup. I think Jordan Levitt could be a fun fight, or even Austin Bashi could be a fun fight. But Nana, what are you thinking?
Ooh, those are both great names. Just want to reiterate here, Marcio Ticoto Barbosa, his last 6 wins are all by knockout. Dude's lethal. I'm okay with throwing him in here with some of these big dogs, whether it's someone like a vicious low dog Oliveira. If the 2 Brazilians don't want to square off, then what about someone like a C-Rod? Christian Rodriguez, he's been in the octagon for a while. He's coming off a win against Hyder and Mill. It's a powerful, tough opponent there. Kind of a no-namer, not a lot to gain for either of these guys, but I think Marcio is certainly good enough to get into that realm. MMAnomaly, who you got?
C-Rod's definitely a fun shout, though.
I like the C-Rod shout a lot, bro. I also really like the Vinicius Loke Dog Oliveira shout. I think he'd match up well with somebody like a William Gomez coming off a loss. I think that'd be a great way to build him up. He's ranked at number 27. Also, Chepe Mariscal, Machine Gun. I don't think either of you guys mentioned him. And I think that'd be a fun matchup, bro. Like, Machine Gun Mariscal was somebody that we thought would be a world breaker, and then he went in there and he got world broke, right? So let's see what happens when he goes in there against somebody like Marcio Barbosa.
I like it.
I like that.
Speaking of things we like, Lee Gumma Balls. I mean,
It's a Ligma, sort of a rendition there. So shout out Lee.
love it. Love to
Shout
see
out
it.
Lee.
Love to see it. Shout out Lee. Shout out Lee. My guy. My fucking guy. With that being said, let's go ahead and go into the next fight. We have just 3 left, folks. And with that, we'll jump into the lightweight division for a fight between Stan Dorsainvil coming in against Gage Young. I mean, before I even ask what your thoughts were on the fights, I'm just going to ask, did we fall for the trap, boys?
I think we did.
I wasn't here, but I definitely would have.
My God, we fell for the trap. I'm not going to do a full shot for this one because I didn't bet on this one. I'll do a half shot because, I mean, a homie from Home Depot, a literal homie, if you will, a homie Depot, he came out and he beat the opposition, who was a UFC level talent, who was supposed to have his number anywhere and everywhere this fight went, and he simply didn't. Instead, he went out there and he got rocked. He got socked, and it was bad, bro. Short notice debut. Young dropped him in round 1, was slicing him with elbows, and then Dorsainvil just refused to lose. I mean, for lack of better words, right? Body hooks in the second, just enough wrestling in the third. 29-28 across the board. Even he was surprised. He's like, I'm not supposed to win this fight. He got his hand raised. And he's like, what? Me? What? I'm quitting Home Depot. This is crazy. And then the post-fight interview, not the one in the octagon, the one that a lot of you casuals don't see. You got to go to YouTube and check out the UFC channel and MMA Fighting on SBN and all those channels, right? Him talking about the fact that even if he gets that extra 100K, it's not going to him. It's going to his team. It's going to his manager. It's going to his training partners. And it's going to his mom. He's going to keep that job at Home Depot until he gets a little bit bigger. This man is someone to fucking root for. We say it about Ethan Ewing and Nano, Pip. Kick me off the stool if I'm out of line here, okay? But I'm going to start calling this guy him too. He might be just another blue-collar brawler. Come on! This guy's someone that's easy to fucking root for.
I'm with it.
He's one of us, and I'm a big fan, bro. I'm a big fan. Cheers to you all. If you haven't done so yet, with this half shot, I ask you, please smash that bell for notifications if you haven't already done so. Cheers.
Salute.
I hear Home Depot's got really good insurance as well. They got good benefits, so keep the day job, man. Probably paying dividends.
He must be higher up on the totem pole than I was when I worked there. I'll say that. With that being said, unfortunately not. Thanks, Lazy Bed. I was about to look that up, and that's in regards to Rain asking, did he get the bonus? Lazy Bed, since you're our residential statistician, could you run a stat line for me, please? Or even an AI search, whatever's easier. What is the ratio in the last year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever's easiest, for fighters that have asked to receive the bonus to get the bonus versus anybody else?
Versus literally anybody else.
Anybody else. Give me the bonus versus, you know, people just... people not doing that. I feel like it's a pretty clear line, and the people that are not asking for the money, they're getting the money. Nano, what were your thoughts on this one though, brother? Like, talk to the people here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we gave Gage Young, his opponent, or Gage specifically, the benefit of the doubt, getting the Home Depot veteran himself on short notice. But Stan may have lost that first round, maybe getting his sea legs under him, but really came out strong the second and third round, which obviously tends you to lend towards the victory. And I mean, he was a little shocked. I think he even broke the fourth wall there and was looking at the camera like, what's this guy doing? It's hanging on to me. But all things considered, man, it was an entertaining fight. Shocking short notice win here for a Stan Dorsainvil. And like you said, the story, I didn't catch that after fight conference or interview rather. One, because I am partially casual. Love you guys. But no, I mean, I was in Vegas as well, so didn't really get a chance to dive into the deets there. But that makes me want to root for him as well. I don't know if there's a real Icarus effect here. I think you can't necessarily throw him into the top 15 or even top 25 just yet. But I think there's some exciting names here in this division that can help garner him another good payday. And he may not have got the bonus, but I'm sure Dana White might have broke him off a little something. He tends to give credit where it's due, especially for him taking the short notice opportunity. I'm sure he got a little kickback, hopefully, from Dana White. Let's go.
Yeah, and if not a kickback, hopefully a nice contract with it. I thought Dorsainvil versus Gage Young was definitely my fight of the night. I mean, definitely a back and forth war, and Dorsainvil was able to edge just a close decision. And it didn't look good early for Dorsainvil, Uncle Olin, as you alluded to. I mean, Young looked like he was on his way to a dominant finish. There was a clear speed advantage early, and Young just took advantage of that in all the holes in Dorsainvil's style. He was really heavy on that lead leg. He would stand in front of Young with his arms extended, and Young was able to chop that leg, slipping on the inside, landing combinations in the pocket. And Young was able to even mix in the grappling, landing some nasty elbows on top. if Young ended up on his back, he was able to quickly work his way back up to his feet. It just felt like it was on its way to a very one-sided either decision or a finish. But in the second round, it was a much different fight. Dorsainvil started pushing forward. The hand stayed a little higher. He was setting up his strikes with the jab, which led to a lot more success with that right cross. And Dorsainvil even was able to mix in his own takedowns and end the second round on top. It really came down to a close third round where it was just a war. Both guys stood the ground, traded pockets. Both guys were slipping in range, landing shots on each other, and they practically fought with the same exact style. The only difference was Dorsainvil just had a little bit more steam on his shots. He was able to rock Young with the knees up the middle, the straights over the guard, had a little bit of a higher output. But if you scored it for Young based off the grappling, I don't think I'd argue much either. It was a very close fight. But now another new prospect to keep your eye on in the lightweight division, winning his debut on very short notice against a tough opponent. If that doesn't make for a contract in the UFC, I don't know what the fuck does. I hope we see Dorsainvil back in there very soon.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. I want to see Dorsal Fin back in there. Dorsal Fin is Dorsal Fin.
Nice.
Dorsainvil. He's not a dolphin.
Close enough. Close enough.
He's a human. He's a human. He's not a dolphin. He's not a dolphin. He's just a hopeful, you know? I'm excited to see him back in there again. This was a short notice fight. The question is though, like, I'm going to switch the order. Pip, I'll go to you first. Who do you want to see him in there against next?
So if you want kind of my lazy matchmaking, if you will, Mason Jones coming off a loss on the same card. Both took a lot of damage. I think that fight could be a lot of fun. Trey Ogden, I think it'd be another fun shout, or even a Chase Hooper right now, coming now off of a win. Dorsainvil is I think he's that guy. I think he's ready for some higher competition, but not like you said, not the top 25 or anything of that nature. But what do you think, Nano?
I like that. I think that's kind of the range I was looking at as well. Someone like a fearless Lance Gibson Jr., just outside of that top 40-ish range. That's probably where I'm looking next for
Gibson's a fun shout.
I mean, both solid strikers. He's coming off a win, which I like to typically match people that are coming off wins together so they can continue to build their resume. But
absolutely,
won't be mad at any other names there in that range, like I mentioned. MMAnomaly. You think an Icarus effect here, or what's next year for the Home Depot friendly neighbor? Talk to us.
I don't want to see the Icarus effect, but I do want to see him get somebody that makes a lot of sense as far as kind of the ability to grow, right? Nazim Sadikov is coming off 2 back-to-back losses. I think that one makes a lot of sense. Mike Beast Boy Davis or Chase the Dream Hooper, I think make a lot of fucking sense.
I like Chase.
Looks like Pip likes it.
Yeah, maybe we do that.
Chase was on my list, baby. It's hard not to like it.
You know what I'm saying? Chase, I definitely love the shout for. I really do. However, Nazim coming off 2 back-to-back losses via TKO. This is just putting on my day-to-day hat. Like, I work in corporate marketing and sales. And Nazim is coming off 2 TKO losses after being a star with TKO finishes. So what I see as a marketing perspective is he either wins or loses in emphatic fashion. Either he makes himself into a star again, or he forges another star from the darkness for us. That one makes the most sense to me. I love Nazim Sadikov. I just think it's going to be a chance for him to prove whether or not he can withstand that kind of pressure, because as long as we have the right ref, Nazim can take shots and land his own back. Lazy Bet said, "Oh, I can tell you right now, it's not a very high success percentage for beggars." Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I would agree.
Moving into the next one, we have the second to last fight of the night. We had Jackson, the Moose McVey, coming in against Wes Schultz. Pip, can you remind me on the prediction show, did I say white Jesus or biblical Jesus?
Was not here for the prediction show. Nano, fill me in. What did he say?
I was checking to see if you fucking watched.
I was helping you out, Pip. We got you.
Oh my gosh. Say biblical. I did say biblical. I did.
Biblical. You said biblical. I went back and rewatched it.
Yeah,
I rewatched it, but I had it in the background. I was definitely working.
Is that right?
I just keep it playing.
I thought I said White Jesus. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to go back and rewatch. Either way, I did go in and change my original pick. I had White Jesus, McVey, in my underdog picks competition. And I changed it the last second to Wes Schultz. That was a dumb decision because you know what? Hollywood always wins, boys. If you haven't learned yet, you learned tonight. White Jesus beat Biblical Jesus. He made it look fairly solid in there. He jumped a ghillie. McVey survived. He started sniping and then buried a knee in the solar plexus and forced him to fold. The knee that he landed to the solar plexus, I can only tell you that this was such a satisfying win for me because I felt this. I felt this exact moment. But instead of throwing or going for a takedown or whatever the fuck McVey was going for, I went for a ducking overhand. And as soon as I did this, I was like, I mean, I felt like I just fell out of a 5th-story treehouse and I couldn't fucking breathe, brother. My ass hit the mat. My wind was knocked out of me. You have expelled any oxygen I had stored in my lungs. That's exactly what we witnessed. It was fun. Man, I'm glad for the outcome, but I'm sorry that I picked wrong. And even more sorry if Nano's right here. And that I said that last week. God damn. Nano, what were your thoughts on this matchup of biblical proportions?
Indeed it was. Yeah, it was a fun matchup. Hard to tell who was who. They both had similar braids and everything, similar look, but different styles, certainly. Wes Schultz was trying to establish his grappling and wrestling game, threw up a submission tap against Jackson McVey, but McVey is just so slick with the Muay Thai, really slick with his just shot selection, I would call it. And the knee up the middle, obviously, again, he's finding a grappler. He knew that was going to be coming. He mentioned that he was practicing and drilling that a lot. Left it to his instincts. Right place at the right time. Good reaction. Great reaction, rather. Because he was able to get the TKO victory over at Wes Schultz. But like what I saw from both Jesuses, but the greater Jesus won. In his name, I pass it over to Pitt. How did you see this one, brother?
Yeah, this was kind of the long anticipated amateur rematch that no one really needed or wanted or asked for, but we kind of got it anyway. But it made for a fun prelim fight. I mean, Jackson McVey was able to right the wrong 6 years later with a perfect step-in knee to shut Wes Schultz down. And all considered, it was a fun prelim fight. Didn't have a lot of weight behind it. Both these guys I don't really think are necessarily UFC caliber, but we saw Wes Schultz, attempt quite a few takedowns, and once it wasn't successful, he just basically decided to strike. And Wes Schultz on the feet just does not impress me. He's very square in his stance. A lot of times he swings, so he'll throw himself off balance, and McVev, Jackson, whatever the fuck his name is, McVev, kept firing at range. McVey, thank you. The 1-2 combinations over and over again, just mix up the target, either go into the head or the body, found that step-in knee, and shut Wes Schultz down. 2 back-to-back wins in the first round for McVey against Dumas and now Schultz. I don't know if you have the soundbite on Golden or not, but I am not impressed with your performance.
I don't have that one, but I'm definitely not impressed with your performance as well. Man. I was definitely not impressed with the performance. Nano, who do you want to see this person fight next?
Yeah, I'll stick with McVey. I mean, he's sitting just outside the top 50. I'm looking at someone in that same range. What about a Cody Brundage? Coming off a win here against an Andre Petrosky not too long ago. Both guys have some namesake, but are still, again, looking to string together a few wins before they can really continue to climb. That's where I'm leaning. I'm leaning a little Cody Brundage. That guy's always willing to answer the bell. Pitt, any other names top of mind?
Yeah, it's a really fun shout. Cody Brundage, I think, is a solid matchup. The other names that I had are kind of around that area. So Robert Valentin or even Brad Tavares. I think it'd be more of that a fun striker style. But Robert Valentin kind of presents some of those same problems that I think a Cody Brundage could present. But Uncle Owen, you got any names?
I like both of those. I really, really, really like the Brundage shout. I think that one makes a lot of fucking sense. They haven't fought, right?
I don't believe so.
I feel like Brundage is one of those guys that's fought like every fucking body.
That's true. That is very true.
Probably should double check. Let's see. Petrosky, Dante Johnson, Cameron Stin, Eric Picano, Monsieur Abdul Malik, Abdul Razan. No, I don't think so.
No,
That
he
is
hasn't
not
fought
on
him.
his list. He's got 4 fights in the UFC, it looks like. Bruno Ferreira, Zachary, Dumas, and Schultz.
That's the one I like the most. I like the Brundage shout.
Hell yeah.
I think it's a good grappling test for him. And also I think that Brundage is kind of like that division's Matt Schnell. Not in the fact that if you beat him, you get a title shot. But if you beat him, you get a top 15 shot. You know?
That's
It's like a
valid.
litmus test.
Yeah.
Am I not wrong?
No, you're absolutely right.
Harper squat. Are you just going to
squat.
throw those in random? I love it. I love it, dude. Put him in there
Yeah,
against
you love the
Harper
nickname.
squad. Why not, man? Why not?
Run
Women's strawweight division. We had Shanelle Dyer. Oh, dear. Coming in against Elise Reed. And man, did we make the read last week on the show, Nano. Shanelle Dyer. She's the one. She's the one that we were definitely hoping to get the win, and she did exactly that. Pip, take a little meat off the bone, will you?
It was a shutout performance from Shanelle Dyer. Just submissively broke Elise Reed down, got the finish in round 3. From the start of the fight, I mean, there was a clear advantage on the feet from Dyer. She was levels ahead, and Reed was almost seemed confused, unsure what she could do and what she was gonna do. I mean, the main issue for Reed was throwing naked kicks. The very first strike that Reed threw was a leg kick, and Dyer countered instantly with a flush right straight, and it became a big problem for Reed as this fight went on. It was the only way Reed was able to engage was by just throwing a kick, and the fact that she couldn't get her kicks going made it very difficult for Reed to really get anything going, especially in the pocket. I mean, she was getting backed up with hooks from range, she was getting picked apart, the right straight, the left high kick combo from Dyer was money every time it landed. Reed just did not have an answer. She just seemed to... She fired a few sloppy takedown attempts that didn't really go anywhere. Reed got picked apart. She froze in the pocket, ultimately just became a punching bag. And Dyer was able to unload about a 32-punch combination, got the finish. I mean, it's 2 back-to-back knockout wins. And she said it on the mic herself. I mean, Shanelle Dyer brings knockout. She's an exciting fighter and a great fight to start the night and to end the show on. But Donna, what'd you think of Shanelle Dyer's performance?
Man, same thing. I mean, she's absolutely exciting. She's lights out. She has lightning in her hands. She's ferocious. She wants to go out there and not leave it in the judges' scorecards. She absolutely picked her opponent apart in Elise Reed. And I think the favorite thing about it after was she's straight up said, "I'm tired of all these jiu-jitsu people here in the UFC. I knock girls out. You want me to the UFC to knock these girls out? You put Shanelle Dyer in there to fight." And I just thought, great mic presence, but really great striking. I mean, everything she threw was balanced. Like, she had great head movement. She was in and out of range, and everything hurt Elise Reed. I mean, it was obvious. And her willingness to throw 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 punch combinations with a kick at the end is just like, it was poetry in motion. It's been a while since I've been so impressed with a strawweight fighter. If Crispy Carli Judice didn't fight this card, I reckon she would have been the queen of violence on the night. But both these ladies certainly are deserving of the crown. Wow. I mean, one of the sharpest, cleanest performances I've seen in the strawweight division in quite some time. And I am not trying to glaze, as the kids say nowadays, but I do believe Shanelle Dyer made a statement. You want to see heads will roll? Patty style, because she is English as well, then you go ahead and you put Shanelle Dyer in there. She will make some heads roll as well. LFG, baby.
LFG, indubitably, my guy.
Indubitably.
Yeah, Shanelle Dyer is indubitably. I love that word so much. I'm going to slip it in any chance I get, dude. Indubitably and cornucopia.
You're the only other person I know who says that.
Indubitably and cornucopia. Those are like 2 words that if I find any reason, like without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to slip them in. It was a cornucopia of strikes in this one, my boy, because Shanelle Dyer, the nightmare as we call her, I mean, come on. She was running, she was gunning, and if they were men, she would have been sunning her opponent, right? She was up 2.5 rounds. She was beating her opponent up for 2.5 rounds, if we're being honest. Head kicks, 1-2s, knees, and a cut. And finally, she got the stoppage that she deserved. Both UFC wins by KO. I mean, she's got pace. She's got kicking variety. But she can take a little bit too long to close the fight. She's already won, right? We saw that in this one. There were opportunities for her to finish it before she did. She took her time. Some people would call that a negative. I'm going to call it a positive, Nano. I like seeing that at this early of an age. She's young, she's green, she's wet. We say all the things, but she's learning and she's growing, and her fight IQ is up there to the fact that when she smells blood, she's not getting greedy or overzealous. She's taking her time. She's fishing out that finish. And I personally love to see that. I think that somebody like a Deer is prime for the UFC, and she's gonna do great. Oh, dude, plethora is a great word. Plethora, it's up there with cornucopia for me.
Great one.
I've said plethora of strikes on a previous show, like long before you joined. So I'm with you right there, Lazy Bed. Let's fucking go. Nano, what do you want to see Miss Deer, or who do you want to see Miss Deer up in there against next?
I think she should definitely get skyrocketed up here. There's a lot of exciting names here in the division. I would be willing to even go as high as someone like Angela Overkill Hill, but if not someone of that caliber, maybe you look a little bit farther down here to the problem child, Talitha Alencar, 8-1 record, coming off a decision win here against Julia Pilastri. But again, you throw in Yasmin Lucindo sitting in the top rankings, I wouldn't be mad. She might be able to strike with some of the top here in the division. I mean, man, pretty soon she's going to get those challenges. But for now, that's kind of the ballpark I'm in. Pitt, what are you thinking, brother?
Alencar on my list as well. I think that's probably my favorite name there because it puts her right at that sweet spot to get her one more fight to jump her up into that top 20. And it gives her a reasonable way to fight in the top 15 if she's able to win that fight. But if you want to go a little higher, I mean, Pierre Rodriguez, I think that could be a fun fight as well. And Lemos, now on a 3-fight skid, sitting right out of that top 15 as well. I think that's kind of a striker's delight right there. But Uncle Colin, you got any names?
I'm going to tell you the names that I had. I'm going to tell you the names I crossed off. And I'm going to tell you the one name that I was left with after what you so kindly pointed out for me, Pip. And correct me if I'm wrong here. She said, I'm tired of these Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters, right? She wants a striker.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the names the names that I had written down and then crossed out. Jacqueline Armarim. I think made a lot of sense from a meritocracy standpoint. 2 shiny toys, sure. But meritocracy, it makes sense. You light the torch, it adds up. Tabitha Baby Shark Ricci. Has there ever been a better litmus test to get into the top 10? That one just makes a lot of sense. But she doesn't want that. She said, not me, she said she doesn't want that. So I have something else for her, right? And Nano, I think it was you that said Angela Overkill Hill. Love that name. Didn't have that on my list. Made me feel really silly for not having it on my list. But I'm going to throw one else out there. She's ranked above her by, like 6 or 7 right now. But she's a pure striker. And for me, this makes me salivate a little bit. Luma Lukbomi.
It's a fun fight.
Muay Thai practitioner.
Versus a sharp boxer.
Not too bad.
I mean, how did we start this promotion off the first 15 events? It was style versus style, right? Boxer versus Muay Thai? That puts my ass in a seat. Oh, dude, did you say that before I said it?
Ooh,
fuck off.
Lazy with
oh no, it's literally 7:37. He just said that.
Oh, bam.
So
bam. Y'all
same
are
time. All right, we're hive minding. I'm okay with that. I was like, dude, did you really just fucking do that? Dick move. In 2 years or so, Shanelle versus Klein is going to be a top 5 banger, if not a title fight. I agree with that. I 1000% agree with that. I think Klein will already be a title holder, and Deer will be fighting her for the title. Supposing Deer can stay on this trajectory 100% right at the same time, let's fucking go. My guy, Lazy Bed. You love to fucking see it, folks. You love to see it. And with that, you love to see a fight night like this. 10 finishes out of 12 fights, as Nano said. You don't get much better than that, right? Like, that is above 90% finish rate. And that is something that we pray for on a UFC night. So give praise to the UFC gods. Give sacrifice to the UFC gods. And if you haven't already done so, give praise to us. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications if you haven't already done so. But if you do none of the above, if you just take this win in stride, that's fine too, right? As long as you do the last two things, all that we really care about. Actually, I'm going to change it. I'm going to say you do the last three things. We ask that you keep on going. We ask that you keep on growing. And last but certainly not least, we ask that you tune in tomorrow for these two gentlemen to host a show without me for the Dana White's fucking Contender Series, folks. Let's go. We'll see you next week. Actually, no, we'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.